Hello, everybody. My name is Frigid Hyperion. Welcome back to the Wilds of Wildemount campaign. This will be session number 28 now. And with us today is our lovely dungeon master, Emily. Kale playing as Brine. Rocky playing as Edward. I'm playing Moonzik. Quinn is playing as Animo. Lily's playing as Windchime. And Dawn is playing as Soren. And then to recap, take it away, Kale.
Hello, it's me, Brian. Last episode we went on a shopping episode, mostly. We finally made it to Feolinn and got to meet Moonzik's very close friend,
Dartek.
Dardek. I had it up and then I scrolled. Dardek. There we got to see where his apartment was, had a lovely dinner, and went off to pawn off some of the things we had gathered on our ways, and go for a little bit of shopping to resupply for whatever new adventures await us. We also decided to go to the auction house and sell our eggs in an upcoming our owlbear eggs in an upcoming auction, which is going to occur this session. With that knowledge and a tidbit from Dardek that seemed to imply we might be able to get a little bit of a job here. We go in to Feolinn and the wilds of Wildemount.
Thank you very much. You guys have crikey, what was the last place that we went? Was it the auction house?
No, it was the
It was the
outdoor
Wayfinders.
place.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Wayfinders Outdoor Outfitters. That's
There it
right.
is.
Yeah.
You guys had just left Wayfinders Outdoor Outfitters. You have several hours left of your day. You know the auction starts at 10 promptly. And you have an opportunity to either continue shopping, go about looking for, information, small jobs, the like, or preparing yourself with your assorted garb that you will need for the auction house.
Well, we should definitely get cleaned up, but do you think this is good enough? Munzik, you've been in High Court. There certainly wouldn't be anything for the Feywild courts, but heck, I'd probably get laughed out of the room. But I know you guys are a little bit more lax on dress codes.
Well, it depends on the crowd. It depends on the crowd, really. I might be changing my clothes personally just because I have a couple patches in my pants, particularly, but otherwise I would think that Edward, your and Windchime's clothes are pretty good as well. And
You sure? I'd be laughed out of court in this.
well, again, was that the Feywild court or was that our court?
Feywild.
Well, that's the Feywild. You said you said that they have higher standards of things, so I would think that I don't think it's too bad.
Alright, I will defer to your judgment. Definitely need to get it washed, though. Do you know where the bathhouse is?
I do, and he's going to he's going to describe the location of it. where it's going to be number 2 on the map, right over here. So it's pretty close to my house.
All right. When time will you come with me?
Oh yes, that sounds lovely right now. I haven't taken a bath in so long.
I'll probably come to the bathhouse as well. Anima, what do you think?
Oh, what do I think about what?
Going to the bathhouse.
Well,
And perhaps putting on something on your shirt.
You like
A shirt.
Putting something on your
You did say
shirt.
going to the bathhouse, right?
You mean the shirt that he's not wearing because he doesn't
I-
wear one?
I messed up the order of words, alright?
If
You'll
we're
have
going
to
to a
forgive
bathhouse, why would I
Right.
need a shirt?
Mhm.
I meant going to the
For
auction
after.
house. Yeah, auction house tonight.
Auction house.
We're going to the bathhouse first, so we're, all clean.
Oh,
Presentable.
well, I'm down to do that. I don't know about changing out of this. Looks kind of uncomfortable.
I mean, you have your suit.
I do.
I know it's not the most comfortable thing in the world, but you look stellar in it.
Oh, why, thank you. Okay, alright.
Took you so much convincing.
Not nearly as much as it took mycelium.
You make your way up to the bathhouse. That is
Did we
the
want
tranquil.
Did we want to go to Illuminations first? Because I don't think we've been there yet. I remember we went, like, from 4 to 6, 9, 11, and 15, and then we cut over to 17, and that's where we ended it, I remember. I don't think we went to Illuminations, unless we want to just forego that for now.
That is not a decision I make.
I was asking the party at large.
Well, I was thinking of going back to the magic shop and adding some of the spells I've gotten from my acquired spell book into my own book.
That was Enshrined in Spines. Yeah, I'm talking about the,
Is it a light bulb store?
What's a light bulb?
It's it's like illumination but in a bowl.
don't you
I don't know. I
don't
saw it in a magazine once.
don't you magic casters have light for that? Putting light on a
Yeah,
wall.
but
Light?
it's like light magic for non-magical people.
So, a candle.
Yes, but with a bowl. It's clear too, so you can see it. I don't know.
Okay.
It seems kind of fashionable.
Invisible candle?
That sounds like darkness to me.
I'm sorry, I zoned out. What are we talking about again? I heard darkness, and I assumed somebody was talking about me.
What?
No, we're
Why
talking
would
about light bulbs.
Why would you assume that?
She's giving a smile, making sure people. It's completely sarcastic.
Wait, so
Sorry.
what did you sell?
What? What did we sell?
The illumination store. What is it?
I don't actually know.
I forget how illumination was described, but I do remember we wanted to go there at one point.
Wasn't it the magic item shop? No, for magic items.
Maybe.
I know
Yep.
6 was like magical ingredients and potions.
No, that's the alchemist shop that we already went to. So this is like the literally like
Right,
where you
the
would go for like a plus
Omnipharmacon.
2
That's
sword
what
or
I was
something.
talking about. I'm talking about Illuminations. Which, like, I'm lost.
Okay, so for specifications, enshrined in spines is your spell scroll. Books and spell scrolls. Your Omnipharmacon is your alchemical ingredients, such as things you would need for potions, herbs, poisons, most of your ingredients, spell components, etc. Um, then Illuminations is magic items.
Yeah. Oh, I was right. It is magic item.
I mean, we could go there, but doesn't it make more sense after we sell the owlbear eggs?
Yes, I was
I
about to
suppose
say
so.
like I would like to do that after we procure at least a little bit more money.
Fair enough.
Plus, I don't want to rush through rush through the bath.
Fair enough.
Although, before we do any of this, we should probably talk about what we expect to do with whatever money comes with the owlbear eggs. Are we splitting it amongst the party, or is this more of an individual thing?
I mean, it was your and Soren's endeavor that ended up getting the owlbear, like the 2 out of the 3 owlbear eggs in our possession. So I say it's up to you guys what you want to do with it.
Well, I feel it might be a little greedy of me to keep all the money. I have benefited a lot from the sharing of wealth between party members, so perhaps I, for one, will split my money, and when Soren gets back from that whatever bathroom he's in, he can weigh in his own opinion.
Sounds fair enough. Alright, as soon as Soren gets back, then we're heading to the bathhouse.
House.
I think you might want to go to the bathhouse without him.
Yeah.
But, I mean,
Or he can be there.
I was gonna say, like, it could be like a silent transition kind of thing.
Oh, sorry.
Yep.
I got confused then. You all make your way to Tranquil Waters bathhouse. While there are many other bathhouses scattered throughout the city, none are quite as fine and soothing as Tranquil Waters. It's hard, once you've been there, it's hard to go anywhere else. Regardless, you make your way to the building. You see immediately the atmosphere of this district is so much calmer than the rest. All of the shops around here appear to be not as bustling with activity. Almost when you enter this district, this little corner here, you almost feel cut off from the rest of the city. The sounds of carts and carriages just ebb away. You approach the large square building. It's got this teal, almost copper-looking roof, very tall, with these stained glass windows that encompass the whole thing, providing a pop of color. Regardless, you make your way into the building. There is there's somebody at the front desk. sitting right behind this large polished stone desk of sorts, the slab, and with two high buns on her head. A younger woman looks at you, and she says, "Welcome to Tranquil Waters. I assume you're here for a bath?" That's the only reason people come.
Please.
They don't come to drink the water?
Actually, personally, I was coming to buy the water. He says with a big fucking grin on his face.
You two
Roll
are
an
terrible.
insight check. Wind chime.
Winter?
Roll an insight check.
16.
Her eyes flicker away, and although she understands, at least you think, the joke and kind of smirks to herself, you can tell that she's kind of avoiding something.
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
Is there something wrong with the water?
Oh, no, the water is divine.
Like from the gods?
No, not quite like the gods, although many people say they have found God here in our bathhouse.
Ooh.
It's just
You
a very
offering
peaceful
anything?
experience. Offering anything? What?
Oh, never mind. You really should be more careful with your words.
Brian, you need to get your mind out of the gutter.
What gutter? I was taking her at her word.
Have you been here before?
Clearly not. You'd remember a troop as colorful as ours, I believe.
And we see all types here. And she pulls out a piece of parchment and sets it on the stone table, and it looks to be like it has a list of prices. There is the basic bath, which is 1 hour. That is going to end up costing 5 copper for 1 hour. There you can buy the all-day pass for 3 silver. In the basic baths, they have special massages that you can buy as well, and they have a variety of terribly expensive private bath options. You could rent it for an entire party.
I have one quick question. Are the baths separated or co-op?
They're separated into 2 prospective gingers. We do have a third option that is co-op as well.
I've never heard of like a shared bath referred to as co-op ever before.
I
Kinda weird.
misspoke co-ed.
It's just
and
open.
clearly
It's just
pushed over.
open. I pick up the speech of those who talk to me. It's force of habit when you work in the industry. The customer service industry.
I mean, if it's cooperative, what goal are we trying to reach?
Relaxation, my dear. Relaxation.
Clearly.
Which,
I'm so
Edward,
confused now.
judging from you could use a little bit of that every once in a while.
With a party as large as yours, I might recommend doing a private co-ed bath We do have, outside of the public sphere, we do have private options. You can rent those by the hour for an entire private room for enough for the lot of you. It's going to end up costing about 10 gold. And that
Would
is a
it-
5-hour pass.
Yeah.
Would it be
I'm-
possible to wash our clothing while we were in the bath? Seems
Certainly.
rather silly to bathe and then get
Of course,
back into
there's a
dirty
service
clothing.
charge. But yes, absolutely. You can, in every single private room, there is a small bell that you can ring, and we'll be happy to assist you.
So it's a private room thing.
Mhm.
It could be like a giant pool party.
Otherwise, the public baths are available. But you will all look like you could use some peace and quiet.
Simply wouldn't mind it.
Feel like we're being upsold something.
And
I
I
also-
thought
I mean-
that we should. I think we should probably just take the 1 hour.
The
Thing.
problem is our clothing needs the wash as much, if not more, than we do.
It's going to
And,
take more time than an hour to dry.
And with the
What about prestidigitation?
Yeah, I
That's-
was going to say, like, I know it's not like
not perfect, and we're going into an auction house. We were told to dress up. We can't go in there with prestidigitated clothes.
It's kind of the same
It's
way
not
as
that different from regular washing.
it's kind of the same way as how magical healing can somehow mess up your body instead of medicinal healing. With
Are you
poisons.
saying that my magic is not good?
Of course not.
I'm saying that it's probably better if we just had it cleaned properly.
Right? We can always use prestidigitation to make sure the clothes dry faster if we need to leave suddenly, but in this case, the only
Okay.
the way they're presenting it seems like the only way we get our clothes washed is if we get the private room.
And I'd be happy to front that cost for all of us. Private room for 10 gold, that's not bad.
5 hours? Alright.
Alright.
Wonderful.
Give her the 10 gold.
Right this way. And she leads you, she hands you a small charm for you, Moonsick. She says, please keep this around your neck at all times.
Will do.
And then she leads you off to a private bath. Actually, I believe
Oh!
it's not quite as large. It's not quite as large as this, but you definitely get the style and vibes we're going for. The room is probably about 20 by 30 feet wide. It is a square room. You see there are multiple smaller baths, each of them bubbling and smoking, kind of filling up the small ish room. They appear to be a variety of different temperatures. For your bathing pleasure.
Oh, no.
You see there are many different cushions that seem to nearly shimmer with this magical arcane energy, and places to lounge and rest. The soft music is pulsating throughout the room, just providing a hum, ambient noise, along with the bubbling of the water. It's very nice.
Is there
Ruins,
a
like, you've been here.
Oldest water tub available, and then immediately that tub of water, as I sink myself into it, becomes the warmest.
Would you rather come in the sink or sink in the?
Yeah, just like
Um,
over the span of the bath, it just like becomes the warmest one.
She gestures towards a bell and she says, if you are in need of any of our services, please feel free to ring this bell."
Is there a corner of the room that is almost entirely obscured with steam?
Completely, yes.
Oh man.
Nah, I think it's only our privates that are like completely obscured with steam.
This is this is true. Also true. This is also true.
All right. Brian will disrobe in that corner.
It smells like eucalyptus in here.
All right. She will place her clothes. As she's getting as she's
There are
getting
towels as well.
disrobed, she's like trying to get a towel. It slips, and she immediately has as the towel slips, she has squishy cast darkness.
Windcham's just gonna cannonball into one of the pools.
Ow!
Like really big, just like huge splash everywhere.
I don't imagine they're very deep.
Right?
They
How's your
are deep
tailbone?
enough to stand up to the neck if you wanted to. There are like on each of the little hot tubs is a seat that kind of wraps all the way around these. Each one of them is differently shaped and oblong, and kind of provides a gentle sloping path through this room.
All right. After about a minute, the darkness fades away. You just see Brian like barely keeping her mouth above the water, arms crossed under the water, her clothes over in the corner by the bell. She uses Mage Hand to ring the bell.
A man comes in. He appears to be a tabaxi, which is kind of funny. But he appears to be a tabaxi man. He's got a Himalayan look to his fur, if you know what that is.
Mm-hmm.
As he comes in and says, eyes not fixed anywhere, just kind of staring off into the distance.
Very
says,
well trained.
Says, what can I do for you all?
I have clothing I wish to be washed. Would that be possible, please?
Absolutely. Anyone else? Everybody, I presume?
Yes.
Yes.
Yep.
Then he scoops up y'all's belongings. Just the clothing parts, bags and things are left. And takes off to go wash them.
That would be bad if he took the bag of holding. What's in here? What the fuck?
Notes.
And you are all left free to relax for as long as you desire. Or talk about things. That's also an option.
Anyone feel like their water in the tub is a bit too warm?
It's supposed to be warm, Edward.
That's
Yeah,
what
but
they-
like, it doesn't matter. I've already switched tubs twice, and both of them just become too warm.
you
I
can go.
think it's
Wait.
you.
Ring the bell. Ring the bell.
Oh gosh.
Oh no!
No.
I'm gonna say this with like a serious face before like a moment later where I crack like a cheeky grin.
Edward. What the hell?
I mean, you could go over to that one over there with all the steam. That's probably the hottest one you're going to get.
I mean, like, I'd like to at least have water to bathe in before all of it evaporates.
This. After hearing that, don't come into this bath. I am loving this one. No! You are banned from this one.
Okay.
You know I
You
like
see-
you. I would totally sit here and chat with you. No. This bath, it's at the perfect temperature. You can see her skin is starting to get like a rosy red.
There's a small table off to the side that has a variety of soaps of all sorts of different scents. If you want the soap scent as well, make it up. It's there.
Mage hand over some lavender soap.
Okay. I'm gonna. Is there cinnamon scented soap?
Absolutely.
Motherfucker!
I'm gonna like
If
mage
you-
hand a bar of cinnamon soap and slip it into Moonsig's floor.
I'm gonna pick it up and fucking toss it and throw it at you. God damn it!
I'd like to roll a sleight of hand to make sure that he doesn't. Sleight of mage hand to make sure he doesn't see.
Okay, you can do that. If you want to contest that, go ahead and roll perception.
No. 8.
Oh.
On that one. No. Oh,
I
come
see
on.
it before it even drops in the water. I'm like, and I see that you're, like, and I see that you're smiling. I'm like, the fuck do you think you're doing?
I'm gonna look at him dead in the eyes while he's looking at me, and I'm gonna drop it anyway.
I don't know.
I grab it in midair before it even hits the water. No, I don't think so. I have a soap that I like here. I'm going to use it, and he's going to grab the sage scented soap.
All right. Hey, Winchan, do you have a scent that you prefer?
Green apple.
Why am I not surprised? Why do you
Yeah.
like apples so much?
It's part of my genetic code. Well, actually not genetic, but like, my family history. You see, my grandparents, they were apple farmers. They had orchards and stuff, and so like it just, the tradition was to pass down a love for apples.
Is that also why your last name is Crabapple?
Yes, that's exactly why. It was a crabapple farm.
I feel like somewhere mixed in there you somehow got a crab there, and now you've got an odd fascination for crabs.
Yeah, well, it turns out crab apples themselves are really bitter and nobody wants to eat them. So it wasn't very it wasn't a very good money maker, and the farm eventually died. But crabs themselves, now I have an uncle who's a crabber. And he makes a lot of money on the coast.
All right.
What's the name of that uncle?
Regis.
Text notes.
This is not a note.
Regis Crabapple.
Rapple Crapapple.
Why?
What?
So
Why?
you just... So your family just really likes apples? I'm wondering if that's, like, honestly, like, just passed down pseudogenetically, or whether it's just because it reminds you of home. Either way, it's super sweet.
It's in my genetics.
No, she said earlier it was bitter. That's why nobody bought them.
No,
That was
the
the crab apple
story,
that they were
you-
farming that they were bitter. They like apples themselves.
Right?
Yep.
I think it's sweet.
Thank you. I like my family.
You know what?
history.
I chose lavender, which was my favorite scent here, but they were talking like they had all sorts of magical scents here. I wonder if they have the scent from my childhood in the Feywild.
What did that scent smell like?
Well, there was this flower,
Mm-hmm.
and it was predatory. You didn't want to get too near it, but it smelled like whatever you desired most.
Oh, that sounds really dangerous.
It was so pretty. We used to cultivate baby ones and then snip them before they got too much in the courts. That way, the whole room could smell like the most divine thing imaginable.
But it would smell different for every single person.
But divine nonetheless. Heard one man say that every time he walked in that room, it smelled like cooking bacon and it made him hungry.
Yeah.
But he always had a smile on his face.
Animo, what scent do you like to use?
Grass.
Like just regular grass or like cut grass?
Honestly, most of the time I just like to roll around in the grass.
Fair enough.
You know, whatever that ends up smelling like.
So that's what that smell is. It's really fitting for you, actually. It smells quite good.
Oh, why thank you. I just knew that Mountain Dew would smell good.
Yep, Mountain Dew. Mm-hmm.
Did they collect it all the way from the top of the mountain?
Well, how else am I supposed to roll down it?
I mean, I mean, if it was a
If it's just
mountain,
flat, I'm not gonna roll.
I mean, if it's a mountain,
Mm.
depending on how high the mountain was, it wouldn't be dew at that point. It'd be frost or even ice.
But by the time I get to the bottom, it's dew, alright?
I suppose you make a fair point.
Okay. The room, the scene in the room never seems to stop. At certain points in times, the tabaxi man comes back and leaves your clothes folded in pile. Gives a curt nod without saying anything, exits the room. There are plenty of places around to let you lounge and relax when you want to take a break from the water. Other than that, it's a very nice experience. You spend several hours here.
Actually, out of curiosity, with
Did we miss the auction by any chance?
we have not missed it. It's at like 10 o'clock at night.
Isn't it getting pretty close? Hey, Anemo, the watch, your watch is waterproof, right? Do you still have it on, or did you put it aside?
Animo, you're muted. Or you're busy.
Anemo? Guys, I think he
He's
fell
asleep.
asleep in the bath.
It wouldn't be the first time.
Do you want to play a prank on him?
Funny.
Wait a minute. Well, actually, like, I'm gonna have, like, I have an idea. I'm gonna bring everybody close.
Okay, I'll hop out of the bath, come over,
So,
get back into the bath that you guys are in. What's the idea?
so like, we're like several baths away from him. And I'm like, so,
Yeah, huddling up.
Yep. So I don't think you were there for this, Brian. Windchime and Rock and Edward, you two may remember this. But remember when Anima was talking about an angel right before we fought the Clovis Concord, whose name was Mercedes?
Nobody? This sounds amazing.
Well,
What is this plan?
so nobody actually saw this woman, but it is one of my personas. I was able to climb up to the crow's nest where he was. He had finished his food and fell asleep in the crow's nest. And he was so fast asleep that I hopped in the buckets and transformed into this woman. Made him very uncomfortable. To the point
Would you
where
like help? Shit. I can't use Mask of Many Faces. Damn you, Ukatoa. I mean, I quite like everything.
Oh.
What it said,
Patron
like Moonsick will do it, and like you just see like a swirl of like the water comes up a little bit as like the swirl happens, and he transforms into Mercedes again. This is that woman. This is the woman that she saw.
I can see why he would be rather flustered. Let's just... Yeah, go have fun. Well, I'll act like everything's normal.
Okay. But we have to make sure that I have an alibi, otherwise he's gonna get suspicious. I'd like to play this prank again.
Oh, you were over here talking with me. There's no question about that. This corner of the room is very steamy.
Perfect. Alright, here I go. And she's going, Moonsick as Mercedes is going to sneak over to the bath and, dip in. You know, like, get in stealthily.
Do you want to roll stealth?
Yeah. Hell yeah.
I'd say that's pretty stealthy. He's asleep, so it is it's passive. So
He'll give it a couple minutes, and then he'll make a splash, like towards him, like not too high, so like just like splash his face with hot water, but like high enough to like get to the top of his chest or like lower part of the neck.
You feel movement in the water. Animal. Quinn, are you here?
I am.
Okay.
Did I miss a time that I was supposed to say things? I'm sorry.
There is movement in your pool.
Oh, I see. And this is supposed to... Okay. Perception?
No, you can just wake up.
Yep.
Alright, I'll just wake up then.
Mercedes is making a big enough splash for you to notice.
I see. And I
Nope.
can see Mercedes
If you,
in this
you
moment?
open your eyes, you see in the water, chest deep, is the visage of the same woman who was next to you in the crow's nest.
Oh my
Yeah.
god. Where have you been? I searched everywhere for you. I definitely thought that you left. Did you leave the... you haven't been in the ship, obviously. That'd be ridiculous. That'd be ridiculous.
It's okay. I've just been keeping a very close eye on you, is all.
Anemo? Animo? Is so flustered that he fucked up his name. I don't know if I ever introduced myself to you. I'm a name. I mean, Animo.
What's the matter?
Well, I mean, you're in this situation. I mean, you're so close, and I haven't seen you in forever, and I've had dreams about this moment.
Oh my god.
Is that right?
Oh wow. So what are you doing here?
Do you come here often?
Is this like a regular hangout spot for you? Are you allowed to be in here?
It's just like last time. This is just a dream for you.
I pinch myself.
You pinch yourself.
Ow! What the fuck?
And then
I don't know if
are
this
you
is a
alright?
dream. Brian, don't come over here.
Why? What's wrong?
Absolutely nothing.
You sound kind of confused and like you hurt yourself.
Oh my goodness. I'm quite all right.
Who is that?
That's just that's nobody. So, tell me about yourself.
Alright.
I've got some time. I'm not really up to much. Kind of like pushes his hair to the side, like massages his beard a little bit. Kind of gets close to biting his lip, but like.
Besides,
Kind of like showing off his scars, like.
showing off his scar.
Well,
he exits the water a little bit.
oh my god. Well, you could say that I'm a wanderer of sorts.
Oh yeah. What kind of places have you been?
I've been to very high mountains. I've been to beautiful monasteries. I've been to just about any corner of the world that you can think of.
You know, I used to live at a monastery.
Is that right?
Yeah, I was raised at a monastery. It was kind of like a little haven for Air Genasi.
What was the name of it?
Air Genasi Temple. Air Genasi Temple of Wildemount.
Air Genasi Temple.
Yeah.
Air Genasi Temple. That's
Yeah.
the one in
D&D 5th
Nicotranas.
edition. it's quite beautiful. I haven't been back there in a while though.
No. What's that?
No, I kind of felt like an outcast.
Why is that?
I don't know, people just couldn't handle me. He flexes his muscles.
Well, you are very powerful. It'd be hard for anybody to handle you.
Oh god!
Oh god.
She'll say
Is he
with
gonna
a
pass
wink.
out? Gonna momentarily lose.
Everybody just sees a notification pop up on their screen. Someone is not comfortable with the events happening in the game. Oh jeez.
Are you okay over there? You just made a kind of weird sound. I'm really worried you hurt yourself really badly.
No, there's
sure if that was
nothing.
a
I'm
whale
not
or-
feeling anything bad. I promise you.
Also, who are you talking to?
Myself.
Oh my god, I'm just picturing like him trying to like flex and show off to Mercedes, and all of a sudden he's like, "No, I'm fine."
No, Mom, I'm fine.
No, Mom, don't come in my room.
No! Get away!
Guys, I think Animal is talking to himself over there. Or at least that's what he said.
He's probably just talking to the man in his head.
He has a man in his head?
So true.
Yeah.
So
Oh, wait, maybe I wasn't supposed to say anything.
No,
I
told you.
So, given the fact that we all know Moonzik is playing a prank on him, this whole conversation is entirely for Animo's benefit. We're being loud enough.
So, getting kind of, getting kind of wrinkly in here,
This entire time, while they've been talking, Squishy has been slowly, stealthily moving through the steam to get close to Mercy, so that Brian can cast invisibility on him, whatever he wants.
Okay, but let them have
Now,
their
are you a
moment.
Yeah.
stealth roll, actually.
Yeah, sure.
Whoa.
I'll make a stealth roll for that. It's just to.
I don't have anything more to contribute
Okay.
to this conversation. I'm
Yeah.
just like, beautiful woman next to me.
19.
Oh my god!
You wanna Do you want to roll a perception check with disadvantage?
No. No, 19. I'll let that slide.
From behind the steam, like you can almost see the shadowy figure of Squishy bouncing very ever so gently
Bouncing.
somewhere behind Mercedes.
You just feel one tentacle touch you, Mercedes, essentially offering you the ability to go invisible.
Mm-hmm.
Just have to give me some kind of signal. Or Squishy some kind of signal would be the other way. Because I can see through Squishy.
I'm gonna say... Sorry, I just kind of want to dunk my head under the water for no particular reason. Just get my hair wet. Just give me a sec. And I dunk my head under.
Actually, it's probably about time I get going as well. And she props her hands up on the on the stone and starts to push herself up.
And I cast invisibility.
Yep.
Just like that. He was gone.
Okay, you are
Kind of
invisible. You
stand
can make
straight
it.
up and just whip my head around. What the fuck?
Where Mercy once was, you can see a orange octopus bouncing up and down. Octopus didn't go invisible.
Mercedes?
Squishy bounces towards you.
I slap Squishy. Mercedes? Psh!
That's a stealth roll with advantage, I take it.
I would say you're fine. You're
Okay.
invisible.
Cool.
I'm currently focused on Squishy, thinking that's Squishy.
Squishy,
Ryan, you left your pet over here.
Oh, sorry. Squishy just kind of wandered. I'm sorry. Squishy, get back with the clothes.
He sinks and sinks into he sinks in to the pool.
Just as you do, Moonsick, invisible.
While invisible, he is going to sneak over and do the Mask of Many Faces, change back, and then dip into the steam-filled bath. He's and after he changes back, he's going to pat Brian on the shoulder and give her a thumbs up.
I can't see the thumbs up, but I'll break concentration.
You
Well,
pop back invisible in the bath with all your friends.
That was perfect.
Hey, Animal, I was asking you earlier, but you fell asleep. Do you know what time it is? You're kind of the one with the watch.
No thanks to you. This watch literally just has the moon cycle on it.
What?
No.
I have no
It tells
clue.
time.
What's the time? It literally
tells
just
time.
says the time right there.
It tells the moon
It says
cycle and
time,
the time.
date, yeah, all that good stuff. It's a fancy watch.
Yeah.
We spent good money on it.
Time, date, and
Fancy
moon.
watch? Oh, that's what that is.
Have you never been
Did
able
you
to tell time?
Only know how to tell the phases of the moon? On the watch
Like,
this
yeah,
entire
well,
time?
it'd be more important to know
Oh
what phase
my
of the moon it is over what
goodness.
time it
That's
is.
why I've been late so many times. Jesus. I've been like, oh, it's third of a quarter to the moon time. That's...
Oh my word! How now?
But you know about Emily. How close are we to the moon?
Oh, I'm dying. Oh, that's so funny. You
This is a
are
serious
currently in the middle of just after the new moon. I don't know how to reference it to the moon. It's currently
It's high moon.
it's currently about 7. You've spent
No,
quite a while in here.
He doesn't want to know the
I
actual
wanted to
time.
know the
Okay,
phase of
okay.
the moon.
Oh
But
yeah,
that's alright.
it's a waning moon, right? So it's new moon getting full.
And it's
waxing.
barely
That's a
getting
waxing.
full.
Waxing.
It's like
Yeah.
just
Waxing.
happened.
It's right after the moon. It's a sliver moon on the waxing side.
It's about a 30-second. To the moon. Around. Maybe 16.
What the? I'm coming over there.
Right,
None
right.
of you
the
guys
hands.
look.
No. Shush. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's at 7.
Oh, all right. So we have 3. Guys, we have about 3 hours before we should be at the.
Do you suppose we should probably stop back at the house and make something to eat before we head out?
Sure, but I'm going to take 1 more hour in this bath.
That's fair.
And I kind of want to float, so could I go over there and the guys avert their eyes from that area?
I suppose so.
Stealth check.
Stealth check. Are you?
I'm playing.
I can make a
Thank you.
horrible
Elf on the
joke right
stealth.
now. Elf on
Brian's
the
gonna go over to that pool and she's just gonna close her eyes and start floating on her back in the water.
Okay.
She takes a deep breath, and then her entire body expands into a balloon. I'm kidding.
What? What are you watching?
What? I mean, like, when you say float, you mean, like, maintain buoyancy.
Rocky, we need to have a talk.
Yes. Yeah, you're right.
Correct.
And
I
my
have no
guy.
additional-
And
And
Okay,
I
it's
have no
okay.
additional comments.
Okay.
Like-
I have
You
no
all
comments and I don't know
finish
what
up
the
the
fuck is
next
going on.
hour. What Soren's been awfully quiet in this bathhouse, this fancy private bathhouse that we are currently in. What is he currently doing? What scent is he using soap wise?
We're all dying to know.
this is the most important thing in the entire session.
Yeah, what do you smell like? It's the important question that the DM is asking. What do you smell?
Yeah.
Mangoes and lemons.
I don't know how to feel about that statement. I'm gonna say
Yes. Come on.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna say like wild blackberries.
Wild blackberries. Alright.
Ooh.
Specifically wild ones as
Wild.
opposed to farmed
Mm.
ones.
They're sweeter.
They are.
Yeah.
Why would the smell be different though?
It's sweeter.
Yeah, he smells sweeter. That's it.
Everyone starts sniffing me. Oh boy.
Ah, yes. And also it's wild because he's a druid.
Okay.
That's fair.
Another hour passes, and you all finish up in the bathhouse. Feel free to make your way home / to other preparations?
I would think that we head back to Moonzik's house, and Moonzik will help Dardek cook and get everything, do all of that to make a good dinner for everybody.
Dardek says to you, he says, about that. What kind of voice did he use?
That sounded right.
Brother.
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 Yeah.
Microwave loops.
Fuck.
Mooney, you're back.
He was Scottish, yeah.
They all both are
And
Scottish.
Animo becomes possessed by Moonzik.
And he says, about the job.
Yes. Since we're home now, and before we head out again, now's a good time to talk about that.
Absolutely. So the information that I got was right here, and he hands you a coin. You can go ahead and look at that. He hands you a coin and just looks at you smiling.
How in the world did you get this?
Well, it took a lot of work. Actually, I pickpocketed it off of somebody.
You never change, do you? Alright.
Nope.
The Blue Moon Den. Well, we have a we have somebody in there that goes there often in that family. I take it.
Well, not exactly. It we have a insider to the mansion who goes there frequently. Of course, everybody there wears masks, but I have it on good authority that the captain of their little guard team they've got regularly frequents the Moon Den.
I see.
And of course, as you know, with these coins, you have a coin, anybody you're with gets to enter. Word of mouth kind of deal.
Yeah. So we could go snooping around for information in there.
And that's exactly what I was thinking, and who better than you with your
buy the
faces.
Captain, buy the captain a few drinks and get him loose. Get him talking.
From what I hear, things in there are already pretty loose.
Am I who's completely lost in this conversation?
I'm assuming they are.
They're actually having a
discussing
private
a heist?
conversation while they're eating. While they're cooking, excuse me. You guys are kind of
Oh, okay.
not
Oh.
Sorry, I didn't realize.
I'm making shadow puppets with mage hand. Like, I have a mage hand, and then the mage hand has like a produced flame in the center of a room, and then you can make shadow puppets on the walls.
Neat.
That's interesting. I could definitely pull that off. Might need some time to pull off some kind of disguise, though.
I'm sure that just a simple mask could do the trick.
Probably. Alright, so there's a lot of things that we gotta talk about, and a lot of information we have to get out of that captain. But I know that the one thing we're still kind of dead in the water about is how to get in and out of that vault without being detected.
Well, that's what I was hoping the captain would talk to you about.
If we can
Maybe
find-
he'd have some more information.
if
Or if he could even just give us this damn description of the place. We know there's a vault, right? We just
Right.
don't know where.
I know I have my suspicions on where it is, but we don't know for certain. Trying to think. I would imagine it would be in the basement, because vaults belong in basements, we all know that. But we need almost a specific layout of it.
I wonder if you could convince him to give you a map or something.
Well, being the captain of that guard, he probably would have such a map on him.
Maybe not on his person, but folks like that go to Blue Moon, guarantee you they're corruptible.
Hmm.
He kind of like smiles at you and kind of raises an eyebrow.
You know I can do it. And then if we get that information, we can almost assuredly almost assuredly pull that off.
Well, it'll be the heist of the century if we do.
It's going to make a lot of newspaper articles, that's for sure. And we're going to be completely nameless in it.
That is the plan. Let me tell you though, it'll feel good to take that family down. The shit they've done.
You're telling me. I've smelled something rotten with that family ever since I came here to Feolinn.
Oh, remember, we're looking for the proof.
Right. Doesn't matter about anything else. Maybe some other incriminating piece of evidence we have in there, and something that ties them to the Myriad.
Well, we know they've been working with the Myriad. I keep hearing whispers about them.
That's all it is whispers. It's never been brought up to much of a public area, but if we're able to pull this off, not only will we take them down, the Myriad will be investigated.
Well, ideally.
Ideally, but it's
But, that's the idea. Oh shit, the noodles. And he goes back to cooking.
Right, I gotta make sure that this meat doesn't get burned. I know Anima would kill me if I let it get too cooked.
And you guys finish up cooking.
Yes, well done, steak.
It's
accidentally
not
did a
raw!
The dinner is made, and you guys kind of all gather yourself on cushions and blankets on the floor. The table's not nearly big enough, but it is big enough to hold everything. Not your plates, but serving wise. As Dardek looks around, just smiling, like, Mooney, I haven't had this many people in the house ever.
I was going to say, I don't think we've had a party this large before. Sometimes I don't even remember the last time we had a party half this size in this house before.
Actually, to be honest, when was the last time we had anybody but the two of us? There was that one girl.
Well, you were all over her.
Mary Bell. He's smiling fondly.
Whatever happened to her anyway?
Her husband found out.
Did he know who you were?
Hell no.
You better at staying in the dark than I am sometimes.
We all know that's not true. um, a toast to good deeds done.
The good deed's done.
Or to be done. He gives you a wink.
Indeed. Actually, I was thinking about that. When did we want to get rolling on that? Did we want to do that tonight? Because we have the auction and everything.
I don't see why you couldn't do it tonight.
Not good.
I mean, it's not like that place ever closes.
Fair enough.
You guys are going to the auction house, right?
Right. And then probably after that I could go. Do you know what time that the captain frequents that place?
Afraid not.
Hmm.
You have to rely on a little bit of luck. He's a cleanly shaven man. Completely bald head. From what I hear, he doesn't even have eyebrows.
You're naming someone that's the complete opposite of you, you know that.
What? I've got a bald head.
Well, almost the complete opposite. That's what... I don't think you're ever getting rid of that beard, though.
Oh, God, no. Get rid of the beard? It's sacrilege.
Alright then. Well, I suppose I should, while we're here at the table and everyone's been listening in on the conversation, wondering what the devil we're talking about.
Actually, Emily made that very clear that you guys were cooking while you were having that conversation and that we didn't get to hear it.
I thought we were at
Except
the
for when we were just talking about it and did toasts and all that stuff. Everybody's kind of back at the table. All
Yeah, we were
finding
busy
ways.
making
Okay.
shadow puppets.
No, you guys are back all together.
Yeah.
Okay.
That whole last little bit of the conversation was all actually had publicly.
Okay, I was trying to tune out a lot of it because, you know, it wasn't information my character would know. Right?
It was not a private thing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's fair.
That last little bit was not private at all.
Okay.
So, I'll just say, so, you're all probably wondering what the devil we're talking about.
I mean, I'm assuming you're talking about a heist.
That's true. Very, very perceptive, Edward. Yes. At this point, you guys have probably heard about the Solvia family here in, Feolinn.
No?
They are the premier, the frontmost winemaker in at least all of Feolinn, if not all of Wildemount. They are the richest family in Feolinn themselves, and they have donated. Some of their wines were listed at the Next Best Pub, and they donated those out-of-place plants at the Dripping Gardens.
Oh, I see. So it was them.
It was them.
So they're the overly rich ones who cared mostly about the appearances of donating.
Yes. And it's the appearances that throws everybody off. We have it on good authority and a lot of common rumor that they are associated with a group that we have talked about earlier, known as the Myriad.
Oh, you mean with the markings in the woods and in the plain?
Yes. A underground crime organization. We don't know much about them. Not many people do unless they're in the Myriad themselves. And that is kept very secretive. We've had the idea, and even the slight planning, of pulling a heist on the Sylvia family. Not just for their money, but looking for incriminating evidence that shows that they're working with this underground organization. The ideal way to pull off this heist is to get in and get out undetected, taking all the funds that they have so that they can't buy off the authorities when we confront them with this evidence.
All right.
You also forgot to mention that the Sylvia family holds one of the marquee of Feolinn.
Oh, yeah.
They're governmentally
Yeah.
attached.
Yep, I forgot about that.
So,
It's also,
essentially what you're saying is even if we were to bring this evidence to light, it's unlikely much would be done. Yes?
well, yes and no. Again, if we bring it to someone who is outside of Feolinn, or, like, would be out of the loop, per se, or not even then, but if we bring the evidence to somebody who might have heard these rumors, there would be an investigation launched. And of course, it wouldn't amount to much, considering that this person is the head of the Sylvia family is the Marquis of Feolinn. But they can also pay off the authorities, which would be difficult. Well, I mean, it certainly would take quite an amount of money to pay them off, but they could do it. And I'm sure they've probably done it before.
So, don't you have a writ of law enforcement, Munzik? Would
true.
not that be helpful in making a case with Port Damali at the very least?
It's true. However,
I mean, I'm assuming Port Damali's politics and current political situation has nothing to do with this, as they're completely out of their jurisdiction for any happenings going on in Phelan, unless it somehow directly ties towards Port Damali.
Well,
the
the influence of the myriad, it spreads long and far. I mean, it's not just Phelan experiencing. I'm sure their influence stretches all the way to Port Damali. Guaranteed.
And that's easy
And-
range. I'm sure that Port Damali and Feolinn are one of their high traffic intersections and their routes.
That and Nicodronus, of course.
If we were to pull off this heist perfectly, it would throw a wrench into their plans. They would have to be very careful in Feolinn. If not completely.
Alright, what are we stealing?
We don't know. Aside from,
He said we're stealing evidence that could potentially incriminate them.
we're sure that there's probably some kind of contract between the Marquis and the Myriad for their relationship. We just don't know where it would be kept. We're assuming it would be in a vault where only a select few people would know how to get in.
I mean, isn't it kind of ironic that, like, criminals who don't obey the law obey the binding terms of a contract, despite legally not being obligated to, on the basis that the contract itself is not legally justified?
Oh. It's kind of the same way as Captain Three Earrings and the Revelry.
Yes.
It's one person's word, and a lot of times even their life. is put down in that contract. If they have failed to uphold it, they die.
I see. So we're attempting to essentially how do you say? Put them put them at odds with their own criminal counterparts.
Yes and no. We want to take them down, but taking them down would have many different effects. It would put them at odds with the Myriad, but it would also bring light to the Myriad in a public perspective, instead of just whispers and rumors.
Look, these people, the Myriad, they are terrible for the likes of us thieves. Not to mention what they do to everybody else. Shit. I've seen more drugs and slave trade and all that shit come through here at least tenfold in the past five or so years.
Actually, now that I think about
Nasty shit.
Now that I think about it, we had someone who was a friend of ours who said they were enslaved in Nicodronas, but he couldn't talk about it. I wonder if that's the Myriad's doing.
Wouldn't surprise me.
No, I suppose it wouldn't. It wouldn't surprise me either. Well, that's what we're up to, at least.
Look, folks, I know we're bringing you on to this all, like, right in the last little bit, but we have been planning on finding different ways to take down the Sevilla family for a long time now. What they are doing to the city, corrupting the police force, which is terrible for me to say, because, you know, the Zalejo or whatever, I don't like them very much. But look, they undermine all the businesses, they tax everybody to shit, they segregate all of the poor people to one side of town, and, you know, generally, like, there's a lot of unfair treatment in the city. I don't know if you guys have seen it, but it's not... It's bad.
It's deplorable. Sorry, I just had to look over my shoulder. My cat is snoring.
Everybody loved that.
Just didn't know where that sound was coming from for a second. I'm like, wait, I've heard that sound before. God damn it. No, it's deplorable. I'm sure you've probably all seen the shift in aesthetics and atmosphere after we left the Dripping Gardens and went down Altafi Avenue to go to the Outdoor Outfitters.
Yeah. Isn't that how all cities work? I mean, there's so many parts to Nicodronis. You just they all kind of have their own feel.
Yes, but that's still, like, that kind of atmosphere takes up a large part of the city. Almost half of it.
Look, in the poorer sections of Feolinn, things are pretty bad. Lots of people are going without food. Lots of people are going without clothes and shoes on their back. You've got kids and families and hard-working people doing everything that they can. And what do they get back in return? Nothing. These are the folks who are out there in those fields making money for the Sylvia family. Right?
Right.
And they can't even afford to eat.
Look, you don't have to convince me of the righteousness of your cause. I mean, Munzakir stole probably quite a hefty sum just from some guy who tried to swindle a party member.
Yeah, I do disagree with that particular encounter, but I'm sure I understand the current situation on this one in a scale in which you do have some basis in order to persecute that organization.
Point was simply, look, I simply asked what we were stealing. Now I know it's evidence, and we don't really care which specific piece of evidence. All right, I'm in.
Not only is it evidence, but we also do need to make sure that we steal as much money as we can as well, so they're less likely to be able to pay off any authority that comes snooping.
So what you're
I mean-
saying is we have to steal evidence and as much money as possible.
I mean, I feel like the money part is relatively dubious, unless, of course, the money is.
Think
Depending,
of it as a tax on the wealthy estate for them being so, for their ill-gotten goods. We are simply
I'm saying
seizing.
is when we procure those misappropriated goods, I don't think the ethics of this would be favorable for us if we were to keep that money. I think that money should probably be put to, at least to put to efforts against combating that particular family.
Well, I mean, we're keeping some of the money. Straight
that
up.
was my
We're keeping some
idea,
of the money.
Was keeping some of the money. We like to keep our cut as well, as thieves typically do, but our thought behind it is that the people of the city need that money.
I think last time we had talked about maybe giving it to as a anonymous donation to the Hand of the Everlight.
That sounded about right. They're very
And as much money as possible.
as much money as possible.
All right.
I didn't think I'd have to convince you. And
Oh, you don't. I don't understand why Edward's so afraid of the concept of us getting money, and then he's asking for you for money that you have clearly stolen.
again, the idea is that a large majority of the money is going to go towards the people
I know.
of the city. So,
I know. I'm simply pointing out the dubious implications of accepting loans when you have issues with where that money came from.
well, in either case, Edward, what do you say?
Well, I can't say that I would like to stand watching the innocent people of this city suffer at the hands of tyrants. I'm in.
Windchime? What do you think? Oh. Did you say I'm in before?
Yeah, I said aye.
Okay, I didn't hear that.
Giving money back to people in need.
Soren, what do you think? I know you're the newest member here, but I want to hear your opinion.
I'm here for it, and I feel like I could be of much value in sneaking around with, turning into animals and all.
And of course I have to ask, Anima, what do you think? You know I'm always here for you. I've got your back no matter what.
Major character choices are being made right now.
So to put it in a to put it in perspective, to kind of give it the shorthand, like the short story. To be the good guys, we have to be the bad guys.
And
He
being
pulls
the
down
bad
his
guys
shades.
might be reasonably profitable.
Nothing we're not
And
used to.
also help out other people. Because we have to give away most of the money we steal. Or something like that. That's how we get goody two shoes over here on board anyway. She's sticking out her tongue. She's not being completely serious.
Alright, well, the plan was, we can plan all we want for this heist, except there is one thing wrong with it. A major component of it. We don't have a map, we don't know what the inside of their family estate looks like, we don't know if they have a vault, where it might be. So, he's going to like hold the token between his finger and his index and middle fingers. He's going to hold it up. With this allows me to get into an interesting club in Feolinn. It's called the Blue Moon Den. The Blue Moon Den has been, as you might guess, it's been a drug den of sorts. People go in and have their fill of whatever they want, and it's all word of mouth, essentially, on reputation. If you get this coin, that means you've made a name for yourself enough to where you're able to go in. Of course, we haven't made a name for ourselves. Dardak pickpocketed this off of someone who's made a name for themselves.
Yep.
And I assume, given the illicit nature of this den, they're not about to make a big fuss about the fact that they lost it.
Exactly. Not to mention, the whole place is a more anonymous affair, from what I've heard.
So, people go in wearing masks. So that way there are no identities that are, no identities can be made out. Everyone stays in the shadows, and the authorities don't get called, and no one's accountability comes into question.
In fact, some authority members you might find in there.
Such as the captain of the guard for a Sylvia winery family estate.
Ah. I think I get this one.
I was thinking
So,
that after the auction house, I would say a small party of people would go with me. Maybe one or two other people to this Blue Moon Den, and we would go in, look for the captain, and loosen him up a little bit into talking about what he does as a job. And eventually, maybe if we can talk him into it, getting a map from him.
Or at least an in-depth description.
all right.
I mean, as for the map part, I think I could at least be of some assistance. If somebody here, I can cast invisibility on Cole and have him enter the estate and scout out the area, and then from that I can use my cartography skills to map out the estate from his view.
Might
Okay.
even be able to get the map without talking to this guy. However, I have another, perhaps more interesting way of doing it. Munzik, how long would you have to talk with this man before you could accurately impersonate him?
Well, typically, when it comes to alternate identities, it takes a lot of practice to get down the gist of it. And this one I'm not particularly proud of, but I have been working on this. I have been working on this one myself for quite a while. He stands up and takes a couple steps back. And he's going to transform into a very familiar face.
What? Oh, no.
Well, maybe not for Brian, but... and not Soren, but for the rest of the crew.
Oh, it's 3 earrings.
You see, it takes a very long amount of time to get the finer features down. I've never attempted to do a rush job before outside of just using my disguise kit. So, doing a rush job with this kind of magic may be sloppy. And then he's going to transform back because he does not like to use that form for obvious reasons.
All right.
I could definitely try a rush job on him, but I cannot guarantee the results. I would only know how well it was until I would only know the result of it after I transform into him. So, on the amount of time I would need to talk to him, I'm not entirely sure, as much as I can.
Well, you would have plenty of time with him with our current plan inside the den, with him being loose-lipped and willing to spill all his secrets and personality traits. I'm sure he'd love talking about himself.
This is true.
If you could get a reasonable facsimile, I'm willing to bet with the knowledge of how the estate looks from Cole and the knowledge of how his job operates from this man, we could walk in there. Or at least you could. And, well, if we were waiting outside the den, I'm sure we could find a way to make sure the guard himself just believes he went on a very bad trip.
I suppose so. So, we've got the map covered with coal. We can just get a brief overlay of the floors and whatnot. And then we can also get a detailed description of the sensitive areas of the mansion and map those out accordingly.
I would say we should probably get a map anyway. Not to dissuade your wonderful idea with Cole, Edward, but Cole has a small problem of not having hands and the ability to not open doors.
Well,
True.
however, there are quite a few of windows on that manor. You know, they're rich. They want to have a lot of windows.
True, but how many people keep their sensitive information in rooms easily visible from the outside?
0, and that's precisely our point. We think that if they do have a vault, it's in the basement. But even so, it wouldn't hurt to know the layouts of guards, of any potential snipers. The only thing that we couldn't see from drawing a map with Cole would be spells. Specifically, one that Edward likes to use quite a bit, Alarm.
That's a problem for sure. So, map is definitely the highest.
I guess we can consider it a last resort.
Map is definitely the best case scenario. Especially if it includes some sort of guide on how to avoid setting off alarms.
Right. We were thinking that There might be some way to get into the vault, because I imagine the vault door itself is probably alarmed. If we can somehow
As
get
long as I have about, as long as I can see to the other side of the door, even if it's a hole even a centimeter thick, I can get in.
Yeah.
As long as it's, the kind of vault you can walk into. If it's tiny, I can't help.
Well, considering the amount of gold they would have to pay off the authorities, and whatever evidence might be hiding in said vault, I imagine it would be a walk-in.
Well, then all we need is a hole. And I can get in there.
And that's what we're hoping.
That's as much as I can in the bag of holding, and then teleport out like I was never there. Although, if that's the plan, I guess this has to come out. And she's gonna place a portable battering ram in the living room.
What the hell is this?
A battering ram.
Where did you get this?
Does it matter?
How did you fit that in your pocket?
It's in the bag of holding.
Oh.
She has a Pip-Boy. Well, I imagine since you've never mentioned it before, I imagine you probably swiped it from somewhere. But I suppose the specifics of it doesn't matter. It comes in handy, should we need it.
Do we want to bring it with us so we can knock down the door, or would we like to have more room in the bag of holding?
Probably more room in the bag of holding. I imagine we probably can't carry all of that wealth with us. And stealthily exit.
That's fair. Dardek, do you have some place where objects can't be located just on the safe side for this battering ram?
And a few
I
other items.
got a lead box.
Think this could fit inside?
How big is this?
I don't know. Okay, I will look up.
Battering ram.
It at least has to be like 5 feet or something.
It's portable, so it can't be giant.
It weighs 35 pounds.
That's actually really.
What's it made of?
Oh, wow!
It's a singular person, so
It's
like a
not a
singular
magical
person.
item at all.
no.
No, it's okay.
You thought it was a.
I thought it was like a collapsible thing, right?
No,
Because
yeah.
it's
No,
the D&D
no,
thing.
no.
No, I'm looking it up. It actually exists. It's not that big.
No.
It's like a.
Well,
it's
because
the
like they
size of
have like a
somebody's torso.
small. Yeah, they have like small, tiny ones, right? That are about the size of your forearm.
Oh, actually, the wiki talks about it.
But I assume two
Portable
people can
battering
use it.
ram is. No.
I'm certain it's probably a couple feet long.
Yeah. Yep. So the question is how big is his box? Also, in this case, I don't actually think I need to pull it out of the bag of holding. Bag of holding holds 5 square feet. Or what is bag of holding again? I'm double checking this.
It's
Bag
5 square
of
feet.
holding 5e. Hold up to 500 pounds. And not exceeding a volume of 64 cubic feet.
Okay. So that's
64.
That's
Yeah,
eight,
yeah.
That's Are you sure?
Yeah, hold
That's
up to
not a
500
lie.
pounds, not exceeding a volume of 64 cubic feet. The reason you can't put 2 people in is a weight limit, not a size limit.
I'm assuming it's because the cumulative weight of
2
I mean,
people is usually over
not the
500
two
pounds.
people, it's the stuff that they're carrying.
And the stuff that they're carrying, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, like the 2 people, you most definitely can, but the stuff
2
that
people
they're
plus
carrying,
armor plus weapons plus anything else in there? No. But yeah, okay. So we're probably fine as long as I'm not trying to load it up with 500 pounds of gold bars, because gold is heavy.
gold is heavy.
No.
So yeah, we can bring the we can bring the RAM and
Cool.
all of that.
Actually, if anything, if we did use that portable RAM, we could just leave it at the scene of the crime, so it doesn't get traced to us.
Or just put
Like,
it back in
that's
the bag of
literally the
holding.
worst idea. But because then they'd have evidence. Do you know how much you can get with a scrying ability traced back to something that belonged to someone with scrying magic?
But if I stole it, did it belong to me?
Doesn't matter, it was in your possession at one point.
Fair enough.
I'm kidding. Yes, absolutely. Let's not leave items behind. It was hard for me to get this.
And I'm sure you'd like to use it more than just once.
Exactly. But sorry for panicking everybody with pulling out a battering ram in the middle of dinner. Put that back. I suppose 35 pounds probably won't be make or break the evidence and money we can collect.
Well, I never thought I had to whip this out in the middle of dinner.
Loud thud.
Oh god. So, first to the auction, then to the drug den.
At least a few of us will be going to the drug den. I imagine Edward
I think everybody should go. Everybody who is in call should go.
Alright!
I think that would be most fun for everybody.
Alright, fair enough.
Alright. We should still post one person outside. Any volunteers?
I guess I'll do it.
Alright. We thank you for your sacrifice. We'll tell you what it's like to be, like in there.
Sounds good. Alright. We've got our plan. It'll be interesting to see what happens. And with that, he's gonna set his plate on the table. That was a good dinner.
You two always cook food so well. Thank you so much.
You've been cooking for us the entire time on the trail. You and Soren. I'd say it was about time that we did some of the work.
Well, it is delicious.
I know my way around cooking meats and vegetables, and Dardek knows his way around spices.
Damn right I do.
Alright. Well then, I suppose...
Should probably go, you got about an hour. Maybe pick up some, make yourself some face masks or something. And, before you get ready to go to the auction house.
Right. I believe there's a...
Sure, you can find,
going to say, I'm
sure
sure
you
that
can
there's
find.
there's a mask shop on the way that we could stop at and purchase some masks.
Yeah, it's like a little cart that drives around the Altiafi Avenue.
Hmm. I suppose that would be about the right place to buy one, considering the den itself.
Huh. Even that aside, it's all those theater types.
Hmm. Good point. That is a lovely theater. It's a miracle it hasn't been ransacked. But that's enough about that. We should probably
no.
get ready.
Well, a lot of you have fun today, okay?
Will do.
I'll see you when you get home, sweetie. He gives you a wink.
Yeah. Mind the home, dar.
I'll clean up in the kitchen and be waiting for you upon your return. He pulls out a handkerchief and kind of waves it at you. Alright. Go! You guys all get ushered out into the evening night in the city. Are you guys stopping anywhere? Or are you making auction house?
I don't think we have anywhere to be at the moment. Aside from
Yeah.
Like copy spells and stuff.
What is going on? Alright. So you guys head to the auction house. Upon entering, you see various types of people.
Hello? Uh-oh. That's not good. That's not good.
Hello.
Hello? I just cut out
Can
for
you hear us?
I just cut out for like 15 seconds.
That's okay. I'll just say it again. You make your way to the large ornate auction house. A whole variety of people are wandering inside. Many of them cloaked. Some of them in very lavish clothing, rich and burnt greens and purples and oranges. This is, you can tell, an affair. The nicely dressed folks of all sorts of different eccentricities? I don't know how to say that word.
Eccentricities? I don't know.
Eccentricities. There is an elvish man who approaches the front gates with his hair high in a high ponytail. His very clean and sharp lines of his face, perfectly symmetrical. The precision of handsome. That he is. You see a woman who appears to be writing something down with a big long quill, dressed in tan furs and extraordinarily warm clothing. You see a well-dressed, jovial, roundish halfling who appears to be smiling, chatting up anybody he can find.
Hello there.
Are you gonna walk up to him?
Yep. He's chatting up anybody he can find. I'm sure he'd try
Yeah.
and talk with me.
Absolutely. He says, well, hello. My name is Chichuri.
A pleasure to make your acquaintance.
As you are mine. Come for the auction today?
But of course. Yourself?
Well, absolutely. I come whenever I can.
I'm sure you do.
I tend to be a bit of a collector.
Really?
Regard.
Got your eye on something tonight?
Absolutely. I can't tell you that though.
Oh, are you
Because
sure?
you're- Oh,
I'm
it's
mostly
bad
here.
for. It's
I'm
bad for
mostly-
the competition. You might raise me on something.
Of course, but you should know I'm mostly here just to observe something I'm selling. So, it couldn't hurt to just tell me just a little bit of what you're interested in.
I am interested in the Cube of Force. Additionally, the gem of excuse me, not the gem. The medallion of thoughts caught my eye.
A medallion of thoughts. Now, what does that do?
Oh, the medallion of thoughts. Let me pull it up. Is allows people to read minds. Let's see.
Interesting. Although, what a dashing and clearly knowledgeable man like yourself would need to read people's minds for, with your
I
boundless
don't.
insight. I would
Oh,
never
I don't need to
understand.
know. I don't need it. No. I'm merely collecting it for someone.
Ooh, a certain special someone? Should I be jealous?
Roll me a persuasion check. Okay. Oh, no, I would never choose anyone other than you. You wouldn't even need a medallion to share my thoughts. He gives you a wink. Come, sit by me.
Don't mind if
And-
I do.
He gestures for you to come sit by him. What are the rest of you doing?
Find a seat in the back. Not to draw too much attention.
Each person, as you enter the building to like be seated or find your places, you each receive a numbered fan. It's like an ornate fan that you kind of can hold up to place bids.
Fancy. Is it hot in the room?
No, it is a very like moderate temperature,
Okay.
neither
so
hot nor cold.
You don't want to
Only
use it in
moderate
the
temperature. I'll have you know I'm very hot.
You can't even feel heat. I don't know what you're complaining. But all sorts of people wander their way into the auction hall. The like I've described before, the ceiling is tall with Renaissance-esque paintings on the ceiling. There's a very small stage up to the front. Each of the chairs that you're sitting on are comfortable and plush, with bright. Excuse me, not bright, but with dull colors marking them and their differences, such as dark greens and blue, red. As you all get ready for the auction, we are going to take a break.
All right.
All right.
This is where we're going to take our break, everybody. We'll see you soon for part 2.